All right, man, I hate to say this, but this is my most anticipated interview of my entire time here in New Orleans.
Yeah, right.
It's true. On my right, we got one of my favorite athletes ever, swag personified, Pacman Jones. And on my left, legitimately, we got one of the people who put me on, one of my producers at TMZ, Evan Rosenblum, two people that are behind the Pacman Jones Show. Y'all going up, man.
Man, trying, man. Ev does a great job of helping me get what I want out. And it so happened to be that it's kind of clickbait because I be talking a lot of shit on the viral moments that we be talking about. And I put it in a way that nobody else would ask it.
You know why? Because, and this is something that I learned when I was at TMZ, I learned how to write a headline. I learned how to, I'll tell you something real quick, Evan story, real quick, because we don't dick ride, but real quick, Evan story. I remember there was just a B-roll. It was like LeBron James, just a piece of video, and LeBron James didn't talk to the camera. He didn't talk to the camera, so I'm like, God damn, we got LeBron, and he didn't say anything. Evan looks at the video, and he goes, what kind of car is that? And I'm like, it's like some kind of Lamborghini, Ferrari, whatever. He goes, huh. Next thing you know, LeBron James leaving the LA club in crazy 325 goes to
found out the model of the car.
Goes to the top of the board. So sometimes you have to extrapolate what people are interested in out of a clip, and you don't even know it, right? Like,
right.
What lessons have you learned about the media since you've made the transition into the media?
The biggest thing is not asking a question that somebody else have asked. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people just look at other folks' interviews and ask the same question the same way they ask it. Like, it's so many ways that you can ask that question without asking it the same way someone else. Or you can answer the question while you're asking them the question. But I think it's all about a picture what they can see. And, like, if you can connect with the picture, it's kind of easier to dissect it. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, I mean, what Pac is really good at is, number one, the filter there that a lot of people have because they're scared to talk about a particular subject or something like that. Pac has this ability to connect with people and talk about stuff that most people can't, right? And I think it's because Pac's been so open about his life.
Yeah.
Right? He's so comfortable with himself and he's so open about his life that it's like, well, I'm open about my life. I'm just asking you about yours. I'm not trying to be mean, and there's no agenda.
Right.
I'm genuinely curious about your story. And he does a really good job of listening to people and, you know, getting good content out of them at the end of the day.
Let's talk about that. You were one of the athletes, and over the time that you played, there was a very distinct knowledge and reputation about you on the field and off the field, right? Yeah. And people didn't always say flattering things about Pacman Jones.
Right.
How has that played itself out in the second act of your career as a media person? Do you find yourself contending with what a lot of people thought?
I never really cared about a fuck about what anybody thought about me as a person. If you don't know me, you like I asked, everybody got one, right? But I did go through a time where ESPN had me on there every day. All the news channel had me on there every day, and that was because some of the shit I did bring on myself, but a lot of it was I didn't have a stage or a platform to say what really happened.
Word up.
Back then, you could paint the picture the way you wanted to paint the picture because I ain't got nowhere to paint my own picture.
Yeah.
And I think now, for instance, like when I went through the shit in Dallas, like I had a chance to show, let me show y'all really what happened. It wasn't like I'm just going out here going AWOL, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think now, with where we're at in society, like everybody got a camera, everybody got a phone, so you can pretty much control the narrative if the narrative is right of what you're saying. You get what I'm saying?
Can I jump in for a second on that? Because when I had heard what happened with Pac-Man in Dallas, the first thing that I did after we spoke on the phone and he told me what happened is I was like, great, let's go find the footage.
Yeah.
Because of exactly what you just said, everyone's got a camera.
Yeah, for sure.
And so we found it, and guess what the footage showed? Everything Pac-Man said happened. Right. Exactly. And by the way, years ago, when he was on the ESPN thing that he was talking about, it would have been just, all the bad stuff without any pushback at all.
So when you saw that, and when that turned out the way that it did, for somebody like you, how do you How do you approach that? Do you approach that in a told you so manner? Do you use that as a teachable moment that maybe other athletes?
It's a fuck you moment. Fuck all you motherfuckers. No, I ain't trying to be like that, but like, fuck them though, for real. No, I'm dead ass for real. I'm dead ass for real. Fuck them. All you motherfuckers that be doing this right here, fuck you. And like, and I'll admit, like, have every time I've been right, hell no. And guess what? I say when I'm wrong.
Right.
Hey, bro, I had too much to drink. I just felt like fighting. So, hey, bro, like, it was just we had to fight. But like, I'm pretty much open and honest with myself.
So there's no need to lie on you.
Right.
Right.
I tell you the truth.
Sure
I was at the strip club last night for 3 hours. Threw probably about 5 to 10 grand. How did you like? I had an unbelievable time. The wings was good. I was drunk as hell. Bye. See you later.
Right.
So I don't really. My mental is so good. Like I have no reason to like lie. First of all, to myself. Second of all, to anybody else, because I really don't care about what you think about me. I don't care about what you think about me. Like, that's not my intention to go around. Oh, I hope this guy. I hope he really know me as a person. I hope he.
What is your intention? For all of the years that you've been, all the ups, all the downs, what's your intention now? What's your mission and your goal?
My intention and goal is to raise my kids to be better than what I was. My intention and goal is to have my kids not start where I had to start from. My intention, my goal is to have my kids 401k ready for them. My intention, my goal is my kids to be better than me. That's my intention and goals and with that being, you know, of course, wife, family, all of that. But I want my kids to have way more than I had. I don't want my kids to go through what I went through. You know what I mean? That's my whole goal about this. That's why I adopted the boys and try to get them something better and help them out. Like, that's my whole goal and intention. As long as my kids are exceeding way more than I am, I'm getting old, bro. My story is pretty much written.
By the way, his kids.
I love the show.
His kids are amazing.
Yeah.
And his son Junie is the third fastest
kid in the country.
7-year-old in the country.
Oh my God!
You got to see. I'll send you highlights.
My daughter's at Mississippi State.
Okay.
Full ride. She getting paid. Track. She run 100 hurdles, 200 and the 300 hurdles. My youngest, my other daughter, Trent, she's one of the fastest in the state. And then I got little Junie. But like, yeah, man.
Junie, buy stock in Junie now. Oh my God.
But like, purpose. That's crazy you said that. But like, it's definitely not for me to think about what somebody think about me. Because like, if you've met me or you know me, you know my heart is pure. Like, I'm a genuine person. I give the shirt off my back. I just got an on and off switch, man. Like, I've been through a lot of shit, bro. Like, my daddy got killed right in front of me. Like, I went through a lot of stuff, bro. And I'm not using that as a crutch or nothing. But like,
no, but let's stay there. I think that's an interesting thing to bring up, and I'll tell you why, bro. Because when you see somebody at the draft and they getting their name called, or they make All-Pro, or they make All-American, you always hear about the harrowing story of what they've overcome, what they've been through. This person was homeless. They were adopted by this family. They had to do all of this stuff. But when there is a setback, there is never any grace a lot of times for those people based upon some of those things that they might have went through in the ways that they live at the world.
Right.
Humanizing athletes and looking at them as full holistic people. How far do you feel like the media has come in that? Do you feel like we're more sensitive to the plight of some things that people have been through, or do you feel like because of the 24-hour news cycle and social media, there's more scrutiny?
I don't think nobody's sensitive of what nobody went through. I don't think the media is sensitive that my dad got killed in front of me. I don't think the media is sensitive as D-Hop, his mom went through what she went through. I don't think the media have no sensitive to that. Because everything is what you did for me lately, clickbait, boom, 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 boom. So, hell no.
How would you like to see them treat these young men?
It's not really about how they treat them. It's about the guys, the people that are going through that, getting somebody that they can talk to or shrink or whatever to get them past that point. You get what I'm saying? But like, I tell my kids every day, when you go out this house, you're gonna be judged way harder than any other kid. just because who your dad is. So you got to be on your shit when you step out the door. If you playing sports, they're going to look at you way harder than they looking at any other kid. And that just come with the territory of what we signed up for, you know. But I don't think the sympathy, really don't need the sympathy. Like I think more of needing the tools to deal with it. You know what I mean?
Do you wish that some of these leagues maybe invested a little bit more into the mental health of the players in the leagues? And
Well,
do you think it's the league's role and job
I think
to
the
do that?
NFL do a good job.
Oh, you think they do a good job? Okay.
Yeah, I think the NFL do a good job. I went to McLean House Builder, so I think they did a good job. And like after that, continually I've been checking in, you know what I mean, and make sure all my light bulbs are on. But yeah, I think the league do a good job of it.
Now, when we was working at TMZ, we covered you.
Yeah.
Did y'all have to piece it up? Did y'all have to break
about
bread and talk about some of the
Bro,
ways
you know,
that ended up on TMZ Sports?
That's like, he got a job to do.
Okay.
Can I tell you the first conversation we had?
Yeah.
Because I remember it. Because I remember there were
Shady
other,
was like, who the fuck is this guy?
I wasn't going to say his name, but yeah,
Shady
LaShawn
like, yeah, we
was
got
not
this
happy with
motherfucker
me.
in here. He was talking about us.
basically-
I'm like, oh, fuck,
Yeah,
here
I
we
was
go.
like,
Shady.
all right. So, but Pac and I remember this, where I was like, you know, he said, I know who you are. And I was like, okay. And I was like, are we cool? And he goes, are we on the same team? And I said, yes. And he goes, then we're cool. And that was it. That was it.
Ain't no hard feelings, bro. Like, a lot of stuff I went through, I brought on myself. And, like, the roller coaster was good, but, like, what they say, all bad press.
There's no
all
such
press.
thing as all press is
Good
good
press.
press.
And can I tell you
So-
something too? I mean, you know this too. Like when you're in the news world and that you're consumed by that job, which is a consuming job.
Yeah.
It's sometimes, you know, you lose a little bit of yourself in it. And now that I've been out
For
of
real.
that world for 4.5 years now, and I'm not trying to disrespect the industry at all or the people that we work with and that stuff, but I've changed a lot since I've left that
The moment
job.
you're out the door.
And, you know, the things that were priorities when you were in that are not priorities anymore, different priorities.
Yeah.
Making real, genuine connections and doing stuff that you're more passionate about. And that's what I've honestly found with Pac. Like, we get along great in our show. We have, you know, we come with different perspectives on stuff, which is part of the reason it's funny. When we talk to people, you know, we see things differently. And we talk about it, and we have arguments about it. But it's
I
not...
want to say arguments.
Well,
Heated discussions.
heated discussions.
Heated discussions.
Heated discussion.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's constructive.
Yeah.
It's not destructive.
So there's one question I wanted to make sure that I asked you, because this is one of the questions that's blowing up in the group chat. So Travis Hunter's coming out. He has the opportunity to be maybe the best defensive back in football, has the opportunity to be maybe the best wide receiver.
I don't know about wide receiver.
You don't know if his ceiling is like that at wide receiver.
I don't think this, and this is just me talking. I think Travis' ceiling is all the way up to the roof. But as far as being an NFL wide receiver as a number one, I don't know.
So that's essentially my question.
I think his high side is more on the defensive side of the ball. And
You-
then just put a package in for him, like third downs, and give him 10, 12 plays on offense.
You were dynamic both sides of the ball and in the return game. If you were advising him, which path would you tell him to take?
I would go defense. It's going to be a lot easier than that going offense. Of course, you're getting paid more as a receiver.
That's the thing.
But DBs are getting paid too.
Yep.
They getting some 40s and 50s too.
Yep.
But I think the upside ceiling is on the defensive side of the ball. But I don't think he can play both ways full time in the NFL. The game is too physical, too fast. Like, it's no way. We got 18 weeks. You can't do that.
He wants to.
I know he want to. It sound good. I like that. Not gonna happen.
Do you think that it'll be up to an organization to talk him out of it? Or do you think he is going to just...
Well, that's not I realize the league is a little different. Like, you don't really have no say-so where we're putting you at. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know how it is. I ain't gonna say it's slavery, but like, you know what I mean? It's modern day slavery. I draft your ass. I own the rights to you. You gonna
Modern
do
day
what I tell you to do. No, for real. Like,
Pac-Man.
it is, bro. For like first rounders, like just think about this.
You realize that's the controversy. To say that it's
cannot get out
you're
of
getting
your contract.
slaves didn't get paid.
Oh man, I ain't saying it like that.
Right.
Well, I don't know. Some slaves might get paid. You don't know. You was a good one.
All right, well, it was great talking to you guys.
But yeah, but what I'm saying is like,
Go ahead. We good.
on the upside, you got to do what as a head coach, if I say, hey, I want you to do this, you have to. You're obligated to do that.
And that
Ain't nobody did that, man. Like, it's gonna be hard, bro. Like, and if he could do it, there's no way he gonna be able to practice 4 days a week and play 189 plays. No way.
Tell us about the Pacman Jones Show. Like, you guys
Smell me, no cap.
You guys,
so my boy.
You guys told us a little bit about it.
Yeah.
Lots of shows out there with ex-athletes. They always got a random white guy on the show. So with
That's me.
With the Pacman Jones Show, how are y'all coming at sports media? What's the hook? Why should people and why are people tuning in to what y'all do?
Because we're straight to it. We're like politely raw is what we say, but we uncut. Like, we gonna tell you what it is. We gonna tell you what the coach really wanted to say when he said, "Oh, you know, guys, we had turned." Nah, coach, what you really want to say? What guy ain't doing his job?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we can break things down because we got a really good insight on sports.
Yeah.
We got a really good team too, and it's
Plus, you know
our
what?
show. Shout out to Bet Online.
Yeah.
Also, our sponsor. Our show is almost like barbershop talk, bro.
Okay.
Like, but good barbershop talk.
Right.
Like, and I bring up stuff that other people will not even talk about. Yeah, like,
I mean, look.
I'm looking at the booger in the nose. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you got one in there. If you got one in there, I'm gonna tell you so you can get it out.
Yeah.
Right.
And plus, what we can add is the perspective, like, just like you know, on the media side.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like we're having this conversation about something that happened on the field or off the field, 2 different perspectives, and it's interesting because I've never been in an NFL locker room, right? So I don't know what's going on after a game. You know what happens when Mark Andrews drops the winning touchdown?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
What?
Like,
Yeah.
we can all think we know what's happening, but you know what's happening.
Yeah, that motherfucking locker room. Quiet, my boy. Real quiet. You can hear a mouse in there.
No grace?
No nothing.
All right.
And then I can tell you how the media works when somebody like Justin Tucker is being accused of what Justin Tucker is being accused of.
Or when the various myriad other stories come around,
Yep.
how we respond to it, what we look at it, how we do it.
By the way, Justin Tucker's fucked.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's fucked up.
Y'all better talk about it. Y'all gave the other one hell now. I want to talk. Keep that same kind of energy.
We're at 9 accusers.
With Justin Tucker.
Same thing.
Yeah, same way they
Exactly same thing.
did
Watson.
Deshaun Watson. I want to see y'all keep that same energy.
Yep.
Last
Same
question
energy.
before you get out here. Uncut.
Uncut.
You know the game better than most people. Give me a player in the NFL that's overrated and a player in the NFL that's underrated.
Overrated. I would go with Josh Allen.
Oh,
Overrated.
what makes you say that about Josh?
Because everybody keep talking about Josh is in the top 3-4 quarterbacks. No, the fuck he's not. He's probably at 5 or 6, bro. Like, really, if you look at his tangibles, arm strength, yeah, he got that. But, like, he make a lot of dumb throws. But he's just throwing the ball. I would say he's overrated. And underrated. Well, they giving him all.
I'll give you one that we had that Terrell Suggs pointed out to us twice on our show. By the way, Terrell Suggs, my buddy from
I
college,
was
There you
going to
go.
say,
was on our show.
I see some.
Kobe Bryant.
I was just going to say that. I was
Oh,
finna say
yeah,
Kobe
yeah.
Bryant.
Kobe
I was
Bryant.
finna say Michael Jordan. I remember it was a
Kobe Bryant from the
basketball
Seahawks
player,
balled out this year.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He had a good year.
So, Kobe Bryant, underrated. Josh Allen, overrated.
Yep.
Okay. Y'all, that's Pacman Jones. That's Evan Rosenblum. Pacman Jones Show. Fellas, so happy y'all could join us, man.
Yes, sir,
For
bro.
real.
It's a pleasure. And
Thanks for
honestly,
having me.
I'm so proud of you.
Appreciate
You're the
that,
man.
man.
You're the man.
Appreciate it, man.
It's awesome. Thanks for having us on the show.
Good to see you doing good,
Yeah,
too.
man.
Yeah, Sersky. Shout out to our team at Bet Online.
Ringer here, Super Bowl Radio Row with Sheena Quick, she covers the NFL
I do.
for the Carolina Panthers. So let's get right into some Carolina Panthers stuff. Bryce Young, there seems to be life.
Yeah, there is. I would. It's more than life.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like it's a resurgence. You know how your phone gets wet, you put it in the rice and let it dry out?
Mm-hmm.
That's what that benching did for Bryce. It gave him like a hard reset, like a factory reset, if you will.
What was needed from him? Because I remember watching him at Alabama, and it seemed like he was the perfect quarterback in terms of his mental makeup. Now, obviously, the size was always going to be a concern
Yeah.
in terms of being a prototypical NFL quarterback, but he just always made the right play. Seemed like he could make any throw. And then he gets to Carolina, and it didn't seem like he could do anything right. What light switch got flipped on?
First of all, they fixed the offensive line. I mean, he got sacked 62 times.
Right.
Sam Darnold said he was seeing ghosts. Bryce never gave us that sound bite or that viral quote or whatnot. But you got to think about how the effect that took on just how he processed things when you have someone in your face like, as soon as the ball is hiked. I mean, outside of those 62 sacks, they're the quarterback hits, they're the quarterback pressures. They didn't have a great receiving core. They were last in the league in terms of separation. There was just so much going on. Everything that could have gone wrong in Bryce Young's first year did, except for health-wise. He stayed healthy. And out of those big three quarterbacks, he's missed the least amount of time to injury.
Yeah.
Everybody was worried about his durability, but he's missed less time than C.J. Stroud and Anthony Richardson.
So you're telling me that the Panthers are not going to always be trash? Because it kind of feels
they
like
are absolutely not going to always be trash.
It
is looking up. They have a new coach.
Okay.
Who is committed to making Bryce better. They committed to fixing that side of the ball. You see the offensive line is playing much better. They spent some money. Went and got Robert Hunt. Went and got Damian Lewis. Ike Ekwonu, he had a really, really rough sophomore season. Seemed to kind of come around this year. They had a rushing attack. And Chuba Hubbard, which, a lot of people were expecting it to be Miles Sanders, but it's Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah.
They added some receivers. Adam Thielen is a dog still. He's going to always be a dog.
Old veteran.
Always going to be a dog in my book. But they put the pieces around him, and I know some people are like, okay, yeah, but the first 2 weeks were still terrible. I still think he was shell-shocked. I think it just took time for him to get his rookie season out of his head. I think that Bryce Young's thing was here, and that was always his strength. So when he didn't have that, it just looked like the world crumbled around him. But being able to kind of step back and be in a situation that he's never found himself in. Bryce Young's always been a winner. He lost more in Carolina than he probably has lost cumulatively since he was in Pop Warner.
Right.
He's always been that guy. So being able to kind of step back probably slowed the game down for him, and it got him to just reset.
So I saw you eat some raccoon with Xavier Legette. Now look, I'm from Baton Rouge. Shout out to all my people from Bachelor, from New Roads, all the Dixons and Watsons and up there. I've eaten it all. I've eaten raccoon. I've eaten wildcat.
Now what you doing eating wildcat, bro?
Squirrel. I've eaten rabbit. Deer meat is my favorite meat ever.
I've had deer jerky.
Let me tell you something right now for everybody watching. The best meat in the world, pause, is if you take the back strap of the deer right along the spine, cut it into some medallions, stew it down, amazing. You, though, ate the raccoon.
And did.
How was it?
It was spicy, and it was like the consistency of pulled pork. So because it was something, it looked familiar, and people had their phones out. I couldn't be a wimp and wimp out. I was like, man, this went kind of fast. I don't know how I got volunteered as tribute, but here we are. Now I got to taste the raccoon.
Yeah.
David Moore was in the back instigating, and the lights were bright. I had to show up.
Did you like it?
It was decent. It wasn't nasty.
Okay.
It wasn't nasty, but I wouldn't eat like a full meal of it. I wasn't making my entree or anything like that. I couldn't back down.
I'm with it. I'm
a little too adventurous. I need to stop.
So as I look around
here,
I see a lot of black ladies represented. We have Josina Anderson right next to us.
Oh, yeah.
Yourself. I see a lot of black women in sports media around here, and it seems like we have a growing presence of black women in prominent positions in sports media. First of all, you've been doing this for a while now. What work remains to be done, and how do you feel right now about the representation in the space?
When it comes to representation, I think that we're seeing more black women in the space because we stopped asking for a seat at the table and we just built our own damn table. So you're seeing a lot of black women here that are, their outlet is their own. It's their baby. Like Josina here with the exhibit, we stopped asking for a seat at the table. We stopped asking for permission and we started doing things our own way. And you're going to continue to see that presence grow. There's more mediums like social media. It's not just print journalism. It's not just news. It's not just ESPN. You're seeing a wide array of mediums for people to take advantage of. And I think that we're going to continue to see a growing presence when it comes to that.
As a woman doing this, being so close to the players, being so close to the game, what is the biggest challenge? Do people call into question your bona fides? What is it like?
For me, people call into question like if I get breaking news. So a lot of people, a lot of my followers kind of met me as a Carolina Panthers reporter. They don't know that I'm a mom of 3. They don't know that I'm divorced. They assume that I'm a single mom or I was a teenage mom. They don't know I'm 40. They don't know that I'm not super duper social. I'm not out all the time. I cook every night. Like, they don't know those parts of me. They also don't know that I was a D1 athlete. So a lot of these relationships, as far as information and things like that, they come from people that I've played basketball with in AAU circuit when I was 12, or that I ran track with when I was 13 to 18, and some of these guys went to college with me, and they're no longer players. They're now the GMs. They're now the VPs of player personnel. They're now position coaches, and there's a respect that has grown and been cultivated for over a decade. Just because you see me break this piece of news that has absolutely nothing to do with Carolina Panther football doesn't mean that it's not a valid source, because I'm never going to put myself out there like that. But it's also a relationship that has like 5 or 6 or 7 layers to it. It might
like
be somebody,
anybody else develops relationships over time,
but
right?
it's different when it's a woman. It's different when it's a woman. I even watched, her name's Stat Baby, Treasure Wilson. Shout
out to her.
Yeah, she did some reels. She's making some noise too. She did some reels down at the Pro Bowl, completely covered. I know I got a little corset on today, but she was completely covered. Her clothes weren't tight. There was no sexually suggestive type of line of questioning. She was asking the guys about their favorite meal that they could cook themselves. And I'm looking in the comments, and there's always at least one person is like, oh, I know all the players hid, or I know everybody slept with her. And it's like, there's nothing to suggest that from this 30-second clip about food. Yeah. So I think that that's a challenge, and you just have to be able to block that out. I have given myself a rule. I'm only going to reply twice when it comes to Twitter, because I'm not a bigger person. I'm just not. Like, I have to just mute. I have to mute the conversation. I'm not the bigger person. I'm not going to just glance over your comment. If it's derogatory enough, I'm going to your page. I'm going to see what your interests are. I'm going to find your ugliest photo of yourself that you posted. Okay. I'm going to see what your family looks like, because you could have just scrolled. Right. So it's just things like that you have to kind of put mind over matter and have to kind of just shrug that stuff off. I mean, I'm pretty sure she knows she was sleeping with people at the Pro Bowl, but it's unfair for her to continue to have to even see those types of comments when she's down there, doing her job.
Doing her job, yeah. Last question is maybe the most important question. I don't know if you've seen what happened on Higher Learning, but my co-host, Rachel, shamed herself. She shamed herself. She shamed the community. She shamed the culture. She shamed the podcast.
You about to try to take my black card van?
I'm not.
I feel like you are.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you this question.
Okay.
And then you'll either offer it or you'll retain it.
Okay.
Rachel said she doesn't like Anita Baker.
As a person?
As a singer.
I mean, because there's some people that don't like Anita Baker as a person.
She doesn't like the music. So the question I would ask you, is that okay?
I think so.
Wow.
It's okay.
It's okay not to like Anita Baker as
she's not
a blick.
She's not being given the aux cord or anything like that, but I mean, I think that's fine.
Who don't you like? You like Whitney Houston?
I love Whitney.
Luther?
I love Luther.
I feel like there's something there because you're too open to this Anita Baker thing. There's something there.
I like Anita Baker.
But it's okay for you if somebody else doesn't like her.
Yeah, I don't care. Rachel, I held you down, girl. We never met.
Guys,
but look, the sisterhood will never crumble, okay? You'll never crumble the sisterhood.
Sisters, they all be on the same email and stuff like that. I don't know. Y'all, that's Sheena Quick. Thank you for joining us, Sheena. All right, coming here from New Orleans, we got Tetairoa McMillan. Unguardable. Bruh, let me tell you why I say that. I'm a big college football 25 player.
Oh, wow.
And there are a couple players that make the game annoying. Jalen Milroe makes the game annoying, and you are unguardable on the game. Do you ever play the game and try to contain yourself or play as yourself on the video game?
You know what? It's funny you asked that because everyone I talk to, they say my guy is this and that and really good. He don't be doing that for me. Like, come on. How you not go? How when I use my own guy, I can't be good. Maybe I'm just trash at the game, but I don't know.
That could be because let me tell you what you can do. This is easy. This is easy if you want to get 20 catches for 270 yards with T-Mac on the game. hot route streak, throw it to you, switch on B, go up, make the contested catch. You never drop it. No one ever gets it from you. Easy work. My little brother got mad at me.
I'll be trying to loft it up to my guy.
What do you think?
Like, I don't know why he don't be doing it for me. Like, come on, bro. Be better.
You're here with Sharpie. You're one of Sharpie's 2025 Rookies of the Year.
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite color Sharpie?
Oh, black.
There's no regular black one.
Yeah, I'm just so fortunate to put my name next to Sharpie. You know, like you said, I'm Rookie of the Year for Sharpie this year, following the lead of Rome Odunze and Michael Penix.
Yeah.
And man, I'm just looking forward to making my mark and signing my first contract, my first NFL contract with a Sharpie S-Gel pen.
Man, what is that like? What is it like to be on the precipice? You have been such a force in college football for the last couple of years, but now you're at this transitional time in your life where you're moving from dominating on one stage and everybody's expecting you to go and dominate on the next stage. What is going through your head right now? What is life like?
Man, I'm just taking day at a time. You know, I'm just super blessed, super grateful to be in the position I am. You know, not too many people get to do what I do. And me being able to do it at this high of a level, you know, I can't do nothing. I can't complain. You know, I'm super blessed, super grateful, and I'm just looking forward to it, man. I'm just, I've been telling people this whole time during this process, you know, it don't feel real. You know, it's just, it feels unreal. You know, it's like a movie scene.
Right.
You know, like I said, you know, 1% of the 1% get to do what I do, and shoot, I'm living it. So I'm just grateful, man.
You know, there was an internet clip going around, and it was all your reps against Travis Hunter. Did you see it?
I saw it.
Okay. What was your thoughts on it? Because people were going back in the comments about who won those reps. Half the people were like, man, Ted is getting the best of Travis Hunter in these reps. And then the other people were like, Travis Hunter is all over Ted in these reps. What did you think about it when you saw it?
Man, I didn't mind it. You know, he's a phenomenal player.
Phenomenal.
You know, Heisman winner. And we might have to run it back because we 1-1 right now in college.
Right.
You know, he got one win on me and I got one win on him. So we might have to run it back.
Are there any other corners in the league that you're looking forward to competing against, being that you're such a crazy, hard one-on-one matchup for people? Are there any other guys that you're like, I'm studying him to see how I'm going to get in and out of my breaks or stuff like that? Any other guys?
Man, I'm looking forward to playing everybody.
Yeah.
You know, it's the elite of the elite. You know, we not playing scrubs no more.
Right.
You know, everybody the best in the world. But I feel like one guy that I'm really looking forward to is Pat Surtain. You know, he's probably the best corner in the league right now. Up for Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Yeah.
And, man, just being able to play versus the best of the best. That's why we play this game. So looking forward to it for sure.
How you going to keep a level head being that you are now a rookie and you got so much ahead of you? What do you do to keep yourself grounded, to keep your eyes on the prize about what your goals are for the next 15, 20 years of your career?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. For me, it's only the beginning. You know, people like me, you know, to be able to do what I do in the position I am, it's easy for someone like me to get complacent, get comfortable, and just kick their feet up. And this is the end-all, be-all. But it's just the beginning, man. You know, we got here, and now we got to stay here.
Word up.
So it's a dog-eat-dog world, you know. So everybody in the league trying to take everybody's spot. So for me, it's to not lose that fire and just keep going.
What up? Hey, look, I'm gonna be reaching out to you because I want you to be able to enjoy playing with yourself on the game, man. Because everybody else be busting my ass with you. It's only fair that you should be able to bust somebody else's ass as well.
Dog, you know what? I'm gonna do more practice modes.
More practice
I'm
mode.
gonna hit the gauntlet or something.
Yeah,
like,
not too much though, because you gotta do it in real life. Man. Yeah. All right, thank you for joining us.
Appreciate you for having me,
Appreciate
man.
you, brother. We are here with Rome Odunze of the Chicago Bears. Man, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Now you're here with Sharpie,
That's right.
iconic pen. It's the marker,
Iconic.
the marker everywhere. Sharpie, man. Like they made you one of their inaugural rookies of the year, man.
That's right.
So
yeah.
the same thing that you signed the autographs with, which you've been signing, is now they're supporting you. How does that feel?
Yeah, no, it's been awesome. We grew up using Sharpie, whether it was, signing footballs or doing when they had their little smelling pen line. And
Yeah.
So it's been awesome. Was able to do the Rookie of the Year last year with them.
Mm-hmm.
Had my S-Gel pen with me all year through taking notes. I'm a big note taker, so, it helped me out with that as well. And now me and Michael, who did it last year, Michael Penix, are passing the pen, passing it to Ashton Genty and T-Mac, looking for them to make their mark, like they did in college now at the highest level. So excited.
What's your favorite color Sharpie?
My favorite color? Ooh, I love the bronze. The bronze is nice.
Oh.
Yeah, the bronze, sneaky nice. Yeah.
A man of taste.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I still got the red still, because that's what the teacher used to mark in.
Okay,
You know what I mean? So I still got PTSD from the red.
She had a lot of red.
She had a lot of red. She had a lot of red. She's marking all over the thing.
Right.
Let me ask you this, man. Your thoughts on the rookie year of Caleb Williams.
Right.
Now, number 1 overall pick, came into a situation with you guys. You played, there were some ups, there were some downs, but it seems like when compared to some of the other rookies that maybe at the end of the year he got lost in the shuffle. You guys got new coaching there. You have the young quarterback that everybody was so high about. How do you, from the inside looking out, look at Caleb Williams' first year?
I thought he handled it well, honestly. I thought that, he had a lot on his plate this year, being a number 1 pick, being a quarterback, coming into, a franchise that he was trying to, turn around and make an impact on like myself. I thought he handled it well, honestly. I know people from the outside, have their own opinions, and it always is going to be, when you're the quarterback of the team and the number 1 pick, there's going to be scrutiny and criticism on another level. But I thought he handled it well, man. He came into the building and worked hard every single day, made a lot of plays, and through the changes and through all the adversity that we faced during the season, he continued to stay consistent and tenacious. So I was proud of him in that manner, and I think he's going to take a huge step going forward.
What are you looking forward with the new coaching regime coming in?
I'm looking forward to, their creativity, their coaching style and everything, what they bring to the table. I think from what I've seen, it's an intensity and it's a strive for greatness that I can appreciate, and that I've seen them, turn, other organizations around with the same sort of style. So I'm excited what it has in store for us, and I think the chemistry and the connection is going to go great.
Have you experienced summertime in Chicago yet?
I haven't to the fullest extent. Yeah, I heard they call it the summertime shy.
Summertime shy. Look, I gotta tell you, Chicago, one of my favorite cities, bitter cold, but then in summer, you got they feel like they got their own beach. There's everybody laying by the lake and the beach, man. Are you gonna be there for the summer this year to experience it?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going for a little bit of summertime shy for sure, 100%. And it was kind of the same way in Seattle. Like Seattle's got that gloominess like all year, and then that summertime kick around, you like, hold on, this is a whole different flavor, different feel. And I think probably more so in Chicago when they going through negative temperatures. They can't wait till summer happens. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, 55, they outside.
Oh yeah.
Couple more questions. Your old coach, Kalen DeBoer, is now the coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide. I'm a huge LSU fan. So, I can't say that I want him to succeed too much. But his first year, up and down, you played under him in a prolific offense. You and Michael Penix Jr. up there. What would you say to Alabama fans that are a little nervous about Kalen DeBoer in Alabama, being that they had what, by Alabama standards, is a subpar season this year?
Yeah, I know they got high standards over there at Bama, so I understand their feeling and I understand where they come from. But man, Kalen is a generational coach, you know what I mean, and he does a great job. And with Grubb coming down from the Seahawks to be the offensive coordinator, it's going to be just like it was in Washington. And I think they're going to get a head of steam and start rolling just like they were. It's going to take anybody to come and fill Saban's shoes a little bit of time just to get everything situated and everything right. But I'm excited for their future. I know they're working diligently and working hard to get everything right. So I'm excited for them to go out this next year and make massive improvements.
All right, last question before I get out of here. I got to ask you this, because you're a young buck. Who won the battle, Kendrick or Drake? You got to answer.
I got to answer.
You got to answer. Who won the battle, Kendrick or Drake?
Oh, man. If I'm being honest, I think Kendrick won the battle, like the rap beef. But at the end of the day, like, Drake still makes hits, bro.
Yeah.
And you can't deny Drake makes hits. Like, you know, they both make hits, but I think Kendrick won the battle. But then at the end of the day, it's going to make me stop listening to Drake or, like, you know, not listen. How can you? I don't even think it's possible to not listen to Drake, bro.
Yeah.
You put on any playlist, there's going to be a Drake song on there. So I think Kendrick won the beef, but Drake's still a great artist, and I'm still going to be listening to his music.
You guys heard it here, Rome. Team Drake loves Drake. The biggest Drake fan ever.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Hey, brother, watched you at Washington. One of the most dynamic, tough receivers.
Yeah.
You mild-mannered, but you tough.
Appreciate it, yeah.
Looking forward to your career. Thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you, appreciate
really
it.
appreciate it, brother.
Thank you.
Seriously. We are here with 4-time Pro Bowler and Super Bowl champion Joey Porter Sr. It's senior now because the young man doing some things on his own now. Joey Porter Sr. How proud are you of your son?
Man, super excited, man. You know, just to watch him accomplish the stuff that he's been doing, chasing the dream. The kid been at it for a long time, so watching him develop into the man that he is and having the success that he having and making it back to Pittsburgh is just awesome.
Fantastic. So you're here to do a little bit of talking about health and wellness, and I know particularly for football players, concentrating on your health and your wellness after you played is very important because of what you guys put your bodies through. Talk a little bit about how you got into that and what do you do personally to make sure that you're still in great health.
Okay, so start for me as a player, I used a lot of GNC products.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was big on the multivitamins, the pre-workout, creatine, and weight gainer. Those are only 4 things that I only wanted to take. And now that I'm not playing, but my sons are still active and love to lift, I still give them some of the same things because the way it is now, you don't never want to be in a situation to where you're getting the stuff that you're putting in your body. I ain't never took nothing from GNC that I had to worry about not being legal. Right? It's creatine.
Yeah.
It's pre-workout. Weight gainer.
Yeah.
Like, what else are you trying to put in your body?
Yeah.
I don't need to go to the janky shop to find out something weird. I'm trying to crack the code of doing something extra. Man, I just want a little creatine. I want the basics because I'm going to do the work myself.
Right.
I don't need nothing extra. I'm going to do the work myself. And what this little creatine is going to allow me to live longer, so I'm going to get stronger. You know what I mean? So with that now, me not playing, I like to take some of the same supplements, but what works for me now. Like, I don't lift like I have a game.
Right.
Man, I'm retired. I'm at home. Like, my biggest challenge is looking at them stairs every time I got to go. Dang it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got new little challenges but lifting and that, I just do it now, do enough for my wellness check. So me and GNC always been a partner with the Steelers. Now they partner with me.
So I got to ask you a question, and it's a personal question, okay, from me. You know, I'm a little heavy right now, but I also cut a little bit and I get down a little bit. And whether or not I'm thinner or whether or not I'm heavier, Joey, I can't get rid of my titties. Can GNC help me get rid of my titties?
Yes. I'm going to tell you.
Is there anything that I could take? What if I was coming to Joey Porter? See, don't.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Tell me right now how you get rid of them.
50 push-ups a day keep the orangutans away. If you don't do no push-ups, your nipples will get to start pointing that way and that way. You don't want the orangutans because you ain't have to have the orangutans.
I feel you, yeah.
50 push-ups. I don't give a damn if you break them up throughout the day.
Okay.
5 sets of 10 throughout the day. But if you do 50 push-ups a day, that'll keep the orangutans away.
That'll keep them away.
Yeah.
Now, is there anything I need to take from GNC that'll also help me?
So the pre-workout is going to get you fired up to get them 50 push-ups out the way.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? You don't need no weight gainer because you already got that.
I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't tripping on that part.
I appreciate you, Joe.
So us like really is supplements that we're taking right now, like the multivitamins, stuff to get you feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Like feeling good to do workout. Man, we ain't about to go on there and load up all the 300, all the 45s and get to working out. Nah, man, but I take enough of this stuff to get me fired up after I take my pre-workout, my multivitamins. I can go knock out my little 35, 40 minute. It's going to be a James Fonda workout. Like, I'm not about to go in there and making the weight. Clack, clack, clack. It's not that.
Yeah.
I'm going to feel good. My pre-workout, after I do my 30 minutes on the elliptical, I'm going to be sweating already.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm about to go over here and, like I told you, add my little foo-foo workout in because, like, I ain't walking around like Harrison. Nah.
I was about to ask you. He went with it.
He's still lifting like that.
He
He act like
chains on his neck.
He think
like
he got a
that.
game tomorrow. I ain't got no game tomorrow. Like, the workout I do, I ain't trying to mess up my golf swing.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to ask you about something else. So, your son is competing at the highest level right now. He's competed at the highest level for a while. We're talking about Joey Jr. From Penn State to the Steelers. We're seeing a lot of sons of professional athletes all over the place. NBA, the NFL, Major League Baseball. I look up and I'm like, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Oh my God. You know what I mean? You
Nice.
see a lot of guys. And a lot of people talk about Bronny James being in the being in the NBA playing alongside his dad. What do you think about the relationship between Bronny and LeBron and having a father and a son play together in the NBA? A little bit different than you and your boy. What do you think about it?
Awesome, because we would, first of all, think about how good LeBron is to still be able to play with his son. Like, they look at LeBron like, oh, man, I think that dude got another 5 years left. Like, he not running like this is his last year.
Right.
Like the way he runs and take care of his body, like, I don't know that many guys that's his age still jumping like that.
Had a triple-double a couple of nights ago.
Like, let's put it in the context. Like, you would start to think, all right, this is where he tail off. Like, I remember when we was watching Vince Carter, like, okay, when is Vince Hops going to leave, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're like, okay, he ain't going crazy no more, but he's still a poke on you, but he ain't going crazy no more. LeBron keeps getting, like, his body in shape, because that's the only thing that's going to stop him from playing is his body.
Right.
And, man, he when he be doing the interviews, I'm like, how many years he got left?
Yeah.
Like, literally.
As a father who has a son that's playing at that level, when you see the criticism that Bronny gets sometimes, or that Bronny get sometimes, what do you think?
He gonna get that because he's doing something nobody can do, and they're jealous a little bit. Like, let's be honest, the league's been controlling the way they want to do it for the longest, but it's only so many people that are put in situations to have some say-so. Man, he got some say-so. You think if Michael Jordan's son wasn't good enough to have some say-so, he wouldn't have slid him in there?
Yeah.
His son wasn't good enough to get slid in there.
Right.
Bronny, obviously, he's done enough to where they want LeBron, and he's told him, like, my dream is to play with my son. It ain't no secret.
Yeah.
He been telling people that when he was in junior high, man, I want to play long enough to play with my son.
Yeah.
Now he's actually played long enough to play with his son. See, I don't think I could have played football long enough to play with my son. My neck ain't going to take all that.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? But he's actually did something that nobody thought was going to happen. And I'm not here to criticize Bronny because I still have the age different in my head how old he is. Man, he in the NBA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They sent him to the G League. He was giving him some 30s. He's always going to be judged because how it happened, and it's LeBron. And everybody else going to go all the way to well, I thought so-and-so was better. I thought, man, he here.
Word. So let's get to the game. Chiefs, Eagles. Who you got? How's it going to happen? What's going to go down?
Well, I can't tell you how it's going to go down. I think the rematch is going to be serious because, like, Philly is better than what I think people are thinking. Like, Philly, we got beat by both of them. But Philly handled us in a way I didn't like being handled, if I'm being honest. They had some 10-minute drives. I mean, they did some stuff that, from a football standpoint, like, dang, man, they took control of the rock. You know what I mean? I think they have a real good O-line. I think they have a good D-line. I think Kansas City has a good D-line.
Great D-line.
And I think that Mahomes is the difference maker, obviously. Like, he's going to keep the ball more on these third down and twos and ones. Like, all during the season, he could just get the first down.
Yeah.
He's not having silly turnovers when the game get on the line. Just look at the playoffs and watch Regular season Mahomes and playoff Mahomes. Playoff Mahomes always keeps the ball on those
Surgical,
third ones.
perfection, methodical.
I'm not giving you the ball back.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to give you a silly turnover. I'll run it.
Right.
I could have did this all year, but I just wasn't. Because I'm really athletic. Pat, man, he just changes the game.
Do you buy into the conspiracy theory that the refs are in the bag for the Kansas City Chiefs? What do you think when you see people say that you was on the field?
I look at it like it's funny that they say that, right? So what the hell was they doing with Tom Brady for all those years, right? Like let's be honest. Like, I watched Tom Brady get literally the first person I ever seen get slapped on the helmet. I done hit my teammates for making a better play harder than the hell of that when I slapped him on his helmet for getting a sack.
Yeah.
And you did that to Tom Brady was the first time I seen 15 yards. So it was like, what? So now that it's not Tom Brady, like, mind you, when they bring up cheat, it ain't gonna never get as bad as what Tom Brady in New England had, right? That shit was so bad, they had to burn the footage.
You talking about Spygate now.
What we talking about now?
Yeah.
Like, what, man, if you go compare it. They created shit when they was on. We've never heard of the tuck rule in all of our existence of football, ever. Imagine this, your whole life, you've never heard of it. Then they go say, man, have you heard of this new rule? What? We gonna call this shit the tuck rule. What you mean? Well, he was gonna throw it, but he tucked it back in.
Yeah.
Tell him that. Are you kidding me? So we gonna call this little shit that happened cheating?
Yeah.
Nah, bro. It's just a new person who they rooting for.
Right.
And that's getting the calls.
Right.
But when it was Tom,
nobody was tripping
at all. Now it ain't Tom. When it was Tom and Giselle, it was great. Mm-hmm. Now it's Patton and Kelsey Watts.
Kelsey, yeah, right. Taylor Swift, yeah.
Like, that's who they showing. Like, now y'all mad at that?
Yeah.
But it was good when it was at the Gillette Stadium when it was Tom and Giselle. That was cool. Mm-hmm. Slap him on him at 15. Breathe on him wrong 15. All that was cool. Now it's Mahomes getting that same. It's a problem. See, I only got a problem because Ben was too tough, so he wasn't going to get those calls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He known for throwing people all off of you, so he wasn't going to get none of these calls anyway. Yeah. So it ain't affecting us, but, like, I'm not, nah.
Last question. You brought up Taylor Swift, and thank you for joining us. She's going to obviously be at the Super Bowl. We're going to see her. What's your favorite Taylor Swift joint, man? What's your favorite Taylor Swift song?
You know what? It's funny because I'm not about to get in trouble. I don't know, but there's some songs that I didn't know she sung.
That's how it happens.
And then I was just sitting in the car bumping, and this shit came on, and I knew the words. And then my wife was like, "I thought you don't know no Taylor Swift song."
Yeah.
I was like, "Who is this?" That's Taylor Swift. I was like, "Shit."
That's how it happens.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna put you on one. When you use look up a song called "Style," Taylor Swift's "Style" from the 1989 album. Joey, I just put you on, baby. You're gonna love it.
Okay.
I love it. Joey Porter, a Swiftie, man. Thank you.
Now how did that? What? How did that just happen? I'm a Swiftie now.
Thank you for joining us, Joey, bro. It's a pleasure to meet you, man.
I appreciate it.